I have two 1916D added mint marks. They're Mercury dimes. PCGS labeled them as added mint mark. Several people commented, why don't you try to remove them, see if they'll come off? And I got to thinking of a story that Dad used to tell me, that he saw a 1909 S VDB and the S fell off right in front of him. So someone had glued it on there, and I thought, well, if someone's gluing the mint marks on these and they're not soldered or I don't know how engraved, then you should be able to remove them with acetone, because acetone will definitely dissolve the adhesive and those mint marks should come off. So I'm going to try to do that. I'm going to do it under the microscope. We're going to look at it really close, and we're going to see exactly what these mint marks look like, see if they're engraved or if they're messed with in any way, shape, or form, and then I'm going to use acetone to try to remove them. Also, before I do that, I want to show you what body bag coins look like. I've got a little collection from over the years, and they're coins that are either, counterfeit or altered or something. So anyways, I want to share those with you too. So let's talk about body bag coins. Okay, this is what you typically call a body bag. It's not encapsulated, not genuine, 1879S. An actual customer gave this to me after they found out their coin was not authentic that they sent off. This is what they typically come in. It says coin inside, and you open it up and you have something like this. So this one is a counterfeit Chinese panda. It's the 1985, which would be a really good one, worth a few $100s if it's graded as authentic. Now this one doesn't have certain details that it should have, like the eye pupils, and there's just little differences in details if you compare it to an authentic version. Same thing with this. The structure is not the same. The windows are different, the doors and things like that, and the steps. It's close, but no cigar. And it definitely doesn't weigh the weight it should, and it's not silver. It doesn't test. Then I had this coin. What happened was this came in a collection, just in a bunch of random world coins. And I looked at it and I thought, let's find out what it is. Where does it come from? And we couldn't identify it. Well, there's a reason for that. It's probably not authentic. And NGC said it's not encapsulated because it was questionable authenticity, so they didn't know either way. But that's just one example of a coin that I just kind of kept in case I run into some more examples that you can't verify. Ancient coins can often be difficult if you're not well versed in identifying them. Then I have this one, and this I kind of inherited with the coin shop. It's an 1873 counterfeit. It's a 3-cent silver design, but on a 3-cent for nickel planchet. Now I want to take it out because I want you guys to look at this one. I believe I did a video a long time ago on this, but this is a really cool piece because this looks like an actual 3-cent nickel planchet. It weighs the exact weight it should of a 3-cent nickel planchet. And the design is for a 3-cent silver, obviously. I'll hold it the right way here. It shows a weakness of strike. It shows some odd something going on with the date, like it's squished here. A little bit of a planchet issue over there by America, and then the date itself just looks weird. It almost looks like this was crammed in a collar die for a 3-cent silver, but they put the larger nickel planchet inside there. It's what it looks like. But anyways, they come in a body bag. I've never seen a counterfeit like that before. Then I have a 1909 S. At least it's supposed to be. So it's actually an authentic 1909 S. But they're saying that it had an added VDB. So we can take a look at the VDB here and see what it looks like. They're saying it was added to it. So, you would have to think that it was engraved, right? Like I said, it looked like a pretty close to me, but an added VDB. So it looked pretty close to me, but an added VDB. We'll look at that one underneath the scope as well. Then I've got a 1942/1. It says it's an altered date. So I agree with that one. It looks pretty good though. This would fool a lot of people, this coin would. But what you're looking at is this is actually a type 3 double die, the authentic versions of this, and that 4 would be thicker. So someone carved on the date to make it look like a 42/1, and you know, you're actually, like I said, you're looking at a double die when you're looking at these. So you're looking for the thicker 4 and all, and it's not there. You can actually see some of the areas where they mess with it. Then I have this 16D. It's questionable authenticity, added mint mark. And then, of course, this one that I had in the video recently, and we'll take a look at these under the microscope, what we're going to do with these. I'm going to take a look and see if we can remove these. This one doesn't say questionable authenticity. It just says counterfeit. So I got 2 different versions here. We're going to take a look at these coins under the microscope. And I have this 1909 S, which they said the added VDB on it. Now, look at the mint mark on this one. And it didn't have the dot that you wanted to see. It does have a dot, but that was created by a contact mark. You know, under the scope, it looks like it has a couple little pimple areas or something on it. Not really sure. What I'm going to do is I'm literally going to use acetone on the mint mark itself, okay? And we're going to see what it looks like. Basically, you douse it. See how it evaporates? Now, if I want to apply a little bit of pressure, you know, like I said, I don't even know if this will, you know, it'll remove the green. It should somewhat. Like I said, I don't know if I need to soak it. Like I said, I want to do something quick for the video. I might soak them and then revisit this if they don't come off, but yeah, I see it doesn't, it's not doing anything. So the mint mark's not added here on this one. It didn't say it was anyway, but I just wanted to try that. So we're going to look at the VDB, and let's take a look at the VDB real close. Now look at that. There are tool marks on that coin for sure. If somebody did something to this, yep. Now see, that is, you can definitely tell. That's been engraved on there. That was definitely added. I have no doubt about that. But looking at it with the naked eye, it would fool most people. So I'm okay with this one. I don't need to mess with that one. That's not going to come off. But at least we got to look at it and, you know, verify what we were seeing here. So here we go with this. This is what they considered altered date. If you go into the bottom of this 4 here, and you can actually carve that out so that it looks like it. Now you can see it right here. You know, they carved out that part and they carved out the on the 2. This is a very convincing fake. It's hard. You'd be hard pressed to, but when you compare it to an authentic version, that's what you have to do. Now, I could do a comparison and I could try to show you what it's supposed to look like, and maybe that'll help some of you out. Here's what an authentic 1942/1 looks like. Now, this is one angle. And you can see that 4 is thicker, and you can see some of the splits there on the 4, the doubling on the 4. This is another image that you can see. That's a little better image of it. You can actually see the full one. You can see, because this is just basically a rehub. It's a class 3 double die. That's what they call that. It's a different date over another date. Okay, and that's the difference. And when you're looking at that and then you look at this one, you can see the difference. And that's what's important. You most certainly need to know. There's just nothing in this area here. See, there's not any lines or anything like it shows. It's not thick enough. It's not an actual double die. It's a very good one. Someone did a really good job on this. And then it wore down and made it look even more authentic. So I got this older, questionable authenticity 16D. Look at it under the microscope. 16D, everything looks okay there. Now, look at the mint mark. There's something going on with the mint mark. You know, it looks like either a contact mark or someone scraped it or did something to it. Recarved S. Like I said, I'm not sure exactly. It says it's added. So we're going to try to remove this. I don't know if I can. I've got a razor blade and everything. I really don't. If it's questionable authenticity, it doesn't really matter what I do to it. It's not going to hurt anything or help anything. But I can definitely put the acetone over it. Now it's covered. See, it's evaporating. And there's just nothing left on it here. I'm going to try that. I'm going to kind of give it a little bit of pressure. See, I can get that off there. You can see it's completely doused in it, and watch it. It's evaporating as we talk. That's how quick acetone evaporates off the surface of a coin. It doesn't harm a coin. My Q-tip, I proved that it doesn't harm the coin unless you take a Q-tip and you really bear down in one area, you might be able to damage something. But don't use the Q-tip on a proof. Now that's something that we'll do, because proofs have a very, very thin original layer. So here is my razor blade here, and I can see I can cut it. It's not coming off. I mean, I don't know. I actually scratched the coin itself, the mint mark. And I know a lot of people are probably thinking, oh, but you know what? It's fake. I mean, it's not really matter. It's basically silver is all it is. If someone added a mint mark or it's counterfeit, it's not a real coin. Yeah, it's not going to come off. That one's not coming off. So I'm not sure how it was added. Engraved. Let's just call this engraved. That's what they should have put on this. So then we have this one here, and it definitely says it's counterfeit with an added mint mark. So I don't know why they would need to say added mint mark if it's counterfeit. If it's counterfeit, it doesn't matter if it's added or not. It's not a real coin, right? I mean, to me, that would make more sense. But like I said, terminologies can be very confusing in this business. But what we're going to do, we're going to look at this mint mark on this. And it looks fairly decent. They're saying it's added, so we're going to go to work on this one too. Let's see if it'll come off. So, as you can see, I've got it covered in it. And it doesn't take long. I mean, if this was glued on here, the acetone it'd start to move. You'd be able to see it. So we'll apply a little bit of pressure. We're under the microscope. I'll keep going with it a little bit, keep trying. Then the other thing is that that's all evaporated. I'll do it one more time for good measure. It's completely under the acetone. It's doused in it. And you can see it's evaporating. It's pretty cool. If you've never seen acetone evaporate under the microscope, I put a bunch on there. It's really soaking in that. That would have came off. I've removed plenty of things on coins like glue before, tape and all that. It'll come off already. It would have already started. You would already see evidence of it. So, well, let's try a little razor blade here and let's see if we can do anything to it here. See if we can, I know I can pick at it. I can feel it. See, I'm feeling the pressure against it and I'm scraping. But it's not, see, I'm right on the edge of it. It's not coming off. I'm applying a good amount of pressure too. So, it's counterfeit, but it's not an added mint mark. So I've scraped it. I've done different things. So I've definitely damaged it under the microscope. But being a counterfeit coin, at least I have examples. I don't disagree that it's a counterfeit. There's some oddities going on with it anyways, but it's a really good one. I mean, once you know what it is, it's not so good. I mean, a lot of people with a lot of experience wouldn't think it's a very good counterfeit at all. But you can see some of the missing areas, little details, the leaf shape and all that, you know, so I wouldn't call it an added mint mark. I'd just say it's counterfeit and be done with it. So there you have it. There's my body bag coins. I tried to remove the mint marks. Nope, can't do it. Looks like they're engraved on the coin. That's how they were added. The one's just a counterfeit, so it's just a counterfeit. Nothing about added on that at all, I don't think. I think that should have been left off. But anyways, hope you enjoyed this. I've seen a few things you haven't seen before. Please subscribe to my channel. Please like, share, comment, and have a great day.